Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Let me just see if my sound and everything is correct. Because that'll be a doozy if we get all the way into it and then we realize there's no sound. Okay. So it looks like everything is on and doing okay. Oh, hey, boo. You going on? No, I need you to not be in here because you bring out the worst in me. All right, I'm going to be good, I promise. But it's crazy because I had gotten a couple of inboxes like that people that listen to the podcast, people who hear my lives, and I haven't really been up here in a while because I got a couple things going on. One, I dance 4 nights a week now, so it is a little bit hard. So the day I don't have to dance, which is on Mondays, I be tired. I don't want to be up here. But then two, I did sign up back for school to get my doctorate in metaphysics, so I be on classes, and so that also takes up a lot of my time. But when I tell you so many inboxes that I actually got from people saying, how come you haven't talked about this? You haven't, I didn't even post about it. I just feel like rich people problems ain't our problems, right? I was minding my business about this one. I was trying to stay quiet, and I'm up here texting, inboxing people like, no, I don't agree, but this is what I'm feeling it. And finally I say, you know what, let me just do the video and just get it over with. So it's not gonna be crazy long. But the one thing, I always start off with is I don't really care about celebrities. I don't look up to them. I don't feel like they're somebody I want to emanate or look up toward. There are a few, but it's not many. Cardi B is definitely not one of them. I should lead with that. But I don't usually have any judgment about how they live their lives until something just crazy happens. So in this particular case, I don't even have mad notes today because I was just thoughts were coming and I kind of just wrote them on my phone. But the first thing I want to say is that my God, today, um, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that if you are a woman and things that happen collectively don't bother you, meaning like you be like, well, I mean, you know, that's her business, and she could do it because she got it like that. That is one of the, I'm going to be good tonight, I'm going to say lamest mentalities to have, because we have to understand that it is the collective that changes things. When something is a collective vibe, if you don't believe in the collective, then what are you doing here? Because we all together create our future. So if things like this keeps happening, what it does is it becomes the societal norm, and then that paves the way for our kids, our children, and our children's children. I am appalled because at this point, my children's children, I hope I'm still alive and well and coherent enough and sound in mind to talk to them, because the way that this world is going, I'm nervous. I feel like it's gonna be a 3-year-old with a OnlyFans at that point. Like, what is happening in our society where nothing has any moral code anymore? There's no moral code anymore. So I don't understand what's going on, y'all. It's baffling to me. So I'm gonna start out by saying, one, I'm going to get into what I'm going to talk about tonight. So one, I'm going to talk about how pregnancy is no laughing matter. Okay. It is no jokes. There's nothing funny about just popping up pregnant. Okay. Two, how Cardi B lacks critical thinking regarding this situation. She totally lacks it. Just gone. Three, the goofiness of the situation, how it looks like, right? And then the doofuses that are applauding it. Okay. So I meant to be nice, but this is crazy to me. Okay. Hey, Kima. So those are the things that I want to delve in tonight. So one, let's talk about it. She came out, what was it, yesterday, the day before? She was on KL King looking foolish. Okay. She talking about some yeah, so I'm pregnant by my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs, and yeah, and I did all this growth, and I'm building and I'm working and I'm building. When I tell you the girl stuttered so much, and I'm building, right? And my boyfriend Stefan Diggs, red flag number one. You out here calling that man your boyfriend. Y'all, I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Like, this is just so foolish to me. Okay. So you're out here calling this man your boyfriend, and you're suit to announce to the world that you're pregnant by him. Sidebar. I don't give women, okay, having a child, anyone can do it. At the moment that you start to get a period, you can have a child. Anybody can. 12, 13, 14. Some girls get it at 9. You can have a child. A congratulations is in order when you are having a family unit and bringing a child into a good situation. That is when congratulations is in order for me. And 2025, why are we still congratulating single mom pregnancies, bringing kids? So here's the thing. If we look at it in a deeper way, right? Pregnancy is not bringing a child into the world. It's bringing a human being, another human, an adult into the world, right? You want to create a healthy, balanced, functional adult. And that normally happens in a healthy, balanced, functional family. So us just getting pregnant and being like, congratulations, that's dumb, because anybody can do it. I'm not congratulating a 19th place ribbon. That's not lit. To just because you conceived. Anybody who put their legs in the air can conceive. That's like, it's not a badge of honor unless it's going to be in a badge of honor and you're bringing it into a healthy, functional household so you can create a healthy, functional adult. Okay, so that part, right? So, Hego Gail, oh, congratulations. Glad it wasn't me, because it would have been crickets. Like, bink, bink, bink. Cardi, I'm pregnant by my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs. Another sidebar. There's another interview that comes out a day later, and it's Stefan Diggs. And they're like, oh, so congratulations are in order. Da, da, da. He's like, oh, what you talking about? They're like, well, congratulations, he was like, oh, you about to talk about my personal life? Yeah, bro. I don't do that. Come on, that part. Like, I don't do that. Like, come on. He was like, so we're not going to hear an announcement soon? He's like, yeah, I'm not about to talk about that. You're on one thing saying, my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs, and on another interview, he's denying you pretty much. Like, yeah, bro. I mean, that sounds good and all that, but I'm here to talk about my career. Okay. First of all, dumber than a bag of nickels. All right. So there's that. So she's announcing it. She's happy. He's not. That's number one. Then let's talk about how she said in another, at the end of a podcast, why are my dogs running in here? Hold on a second. I got to mute real quick. All right. I'm sorry. They done ran down here acting crazy. So what was I saying? Okay. Not a bonnet. Like, this is crazy, because now they're hiding from him because they don't want to go. Get out of here. Y'all messing up my thing. Go. So, what was I saying? Okay, so Gayle King, he denied her. He's on another podcast, and she said, because he said he's gonna heal me. And wrong answer. This is the problem that we as women are having. There is nobody on this God's green earth that can heal you but you. You got to put in the work. The women that are out here waiting to meet a guy that is going to heal the wounds that another man created have lost the game before the game even started. The job is to heal yourself. Recognize the wounds in you that caused what happened, if it even caused it, or caused you to stay, if that is what it is, or caused you to accept whatever it was. The version of you that went through what you went through, you got to change that version of you to evolve and grow into a bigger, better person. Okay. So having said that, She's like, yeah, he said he was going to heal me by popping a baby in you. That was going to heal you. Okay. So that's next point. Pregnancy is not a joke, okay? You almost lose your life in pregnancy. There is no way, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna have to hold everybody hand when I say this. I am never getting pregnant by a boyfriend. Like, I'm just not. And here we are in 2025. It is easy to not have kids. Like, we have so many things that we can do to not conceive, right? We got things they put in your arm. We got birth control. We got IUDs. They're coming out with guy birth control now. There's so many things that we can do. And you can only get pregnant 3 days out the month. I mean, come on. It's really not that hard if you don't want to get pregnant, right? So it has a little sense of recklessness to it. It has a little sense of revenge to it. It has a sense of look what I could do. It has a sense of like an attachment style of when you meet a guy, you automatically want him to place his seed inside of you. Like I just feel like it is very reckless what she's doing, and very reckless what she's showing, and very reckless what she's showing her children. Mind you, she has daughters, okay? So now, all of a sudden, which is why I never do this either, you get a new man, right? And you want to show off your new man because you're so busy trying to make your ex-man jealous. And we're going to get into that. Men that are desired and wanted, and women want those guys, those are the guys that you're not ever supposed to really brag on. Like, you brag on him to him and maybe to some of your friends, and even then, if you don't got a trustworthy friends, don't even bring them in your game room like that. You're showcasing all of these things. The first thing a woman's gonna want to do is prove to you that she had him too. So Cardi B gets to go on Gayle King because she's the celebrity figure, right? She gets to go on Gayle King because nobody cares who else he got pregnant. They're not celebrities. Nobody cares. So she goes on Gayle King and she's like, yeah, I'm pregnant by Stefon Diggs. 2 days later, here we go. A woman is pregnant by him. A couple women got buns in the ovens already. This been your boyfriend all this time. So he got you pregnant, he got her pregnant, and he got her pregnant. And you're out here on TV bragging about how he said he was going to heal you and how you about to have this baby and you're happy. I wish women would tell, either she's one, dumber than a bag of nickels and goofy as hell, or two, she's lying. And I would hope it's neither one. But if you're up there and you're saying, hey, because you got to respect if somebody be like, yeah, this is not the route I was trying to go, but this is what happened. It's not something that I want to teach the young girls. I would even respect that. But if you're like, no, my boyfriend's Stefon and we're having a baby and I'm happy and I'm growing, ew. Because it's not giving that. It's not giving happy and growing. It's giving reckless and revenge. That's what it's giving. Okay. So this guy got mad unborn kids popping out of the woodwork now with women like, oh, I'm pregnant too. Me too. Wait, me too. Cardi B is still legally married. This is why she lacks critical thinking. I'm trying to make this fast so I could drink my wine and go to bed. This is why Cardi B lacks critical thinking. You're still married. There's weird laws concerning marriage and children and alimony and things like that. So this is what I found out. So, listen, transparency. Like I said, now my podcasts are going to be all about truth. I'm not really going to be hiding anything about my life because I don't care. My life is my testimony. It is what it is. Either you grow from it, learn from it, or you don't, right? So that's just where I'm at with it. So my husband had a child while we were still married, right? And what I ended up finding out as time went on, just because I was helping to take care of her, helping with her healthcare, things like that, doing some of the things that the parents didn't have time to do because of work schedules or whatever, I found out from the state that I had just as much legal right to that child as both those parents did because they were conceived inside of the marriage. Isn't that crazy? So I have legal rights. Well, had, because we're no longer married, but I had legal rights to that child, meaning I could go down to social services. I could go down to certain agencies. I could go down without either one of her parents and take care of business, and it was not biologically my child. Isn't that crazy? So, Cardi, you are pregnant by another man while you're still legally married to another man, which means that legally this divorce is not final. You have two lions in the same den, because the child, both guys have rights to what's in your womb right now at this point. Also, if you were to go to court, depending on who the judge is, because we all know Cardi B makes a lot more money than Offset. Like she said it, he said it. Cardi B makes a lot more money than Offset. A judge could be like, yo, what are you doing? Because cheating has to be blatant, right? So like there's certain states, like Connecticut is a no fault state. So cheating doesn't really play a factor in Connecticut because we're a no fault state. But in other states, cheating is an egregious crime against the marriage. So technically, if you get the right judge, he could award him alimony on that fact alone, because the fact that it's hard to prove a man's cheating because it's her word, his word, the other girl's word. It is definitely not hard to prove cheating when you're pregnant by someone else. I'm stressed, y'all. I'm overwhelmed. This is insane to me. Like insane. All right. So that's just the legalities of it. You are pregnant with another man's child and you're still legally married. You can't look any more crazy. Okay. So now let's go to our next point, which is very important here, is that you left. Okay. There are different roles in life. There are a wife. I don't give validity to girlfriends. I don't know what that is really. There's no real principle to a girlfriend. There's courting, dating, okay? And then you have men that are, your husband, and then you might have a guy that's courting you for marriage, dating, whatever. You are literally pregnant. You left your husband for cheating. And then because she never actually said like, oh, he beat me up, or, he rude to the kids, or all you heard about was Offset cheating. That was like her biggest thing. Like, you keep playing me for a fool. She's crying online. You keep cheating on me. You keep cheating on me. You keep cheating on me, only for you to go get a cheater. My God, Jesus wept. I can't, like, I'm literally trying to wrap my head around it. So let me give y'all a perfect example, right? So it is no secret, me and my husband have been separated a few times before we got divorced. Okay. So my very last separation that we had, it was in 2017, 18-ish. And it was something that I don't even remember what he did, but it wasn't cheating. That's the crazy part. It wasn't cheating. I was leaving him for his treatment on me, but I left him. And then I ended up, and I was literally done in my head. So granted, this is why you got to take accountability for what you do in your own actions. So I ended up meeting someone else while we were separated. I was not divorced, y'all. So I met someone else, started dealing with that person. And in my husband's mind, he could not fathom why I would mess with this person, because if I was so upset about him being a certain kind of way and him cheating and him doing all these things, why would I mess with this person right here? Like, I could see if you mess with that, but not this, right? And my answer to him at that moment when we were talking about it was kind of just like, well, you're the one that trained me to be able to deal with heartbreak. Like, you're the one that trained me to be able, like, if I have a husband that's doing it and you're the provision, the provider, the protector, the leader, I'm supposed to be looking up to you as the head of our household. This guy that I'm just talking to, dating other women, I really could care less about that. Like, that doesn't hurt me. It doesn't bother me, because in over here, I understand my position, right? I understand what it is. And one, there's honesty attached to it. I know he's dating other people. Like, it's fine. So hence now I'm realizing what he was saying, but I also realized my mentality at that moment was just like, I know you're not talking when you were supposed to be a husband. A husband is a whole different role than a guy you're dating. Two different roles, two different calibers, two different levels of relationship. However, Cardi, you cannot demote yourself from a wife, from a man that's cheating, married you legally, providing, protecting in the household with the kids, because she never said he was a bad father, only to demote yourself to, I don't even know what she is. I don't want to say side chick because she's not on the side, but she's just on the roster. Like, you're literally on the roster, and not only are you on the roster, it'd be one thing. See, before she got pregnant, I didn't have much to say because I was kind of like, well, if she's gonna be on the roster, at least she knows that, and she might just be having fun right now. This might not be serious, but whoa, now you're bringing another kid into this thing. You just changed it from play to all the way serious. Now this is crazy. Okay, now this is you doing too much. You gotta chill, Cardi. Like, what are you doing? It's one thing you want to be on boats sniffing pink coke, twerking on some young boy, and getting your little G off or whatever. But now you're bringing a child into the world. You got other kids watching. That her other kid ain't, but I don't even think that other kid is almost 2 yet. Like, and you are pregnant by another man while you're pregnant. So she's demoted herself in a way that is making her seem crazy. She needs to be in an insane asylum to me. Because why would you? I just don't. Maybe somebody could explain it to me. I don't know. But why are you leaving? If you, it's clear that you could deal with cheating. Cheating is not off the table for you. She literally just did a live today joking about the other woman being pregnant with twins by her man. So clearly you're okay with cheating. So then what was the difference? Was Offset beating you up? Like, what was going on? Or were you mad because he was broke? Was it deeper than the cheating? Because now it's giving, it couldn't have been about the cheating, because that's the exact position you just put yourself in right now. And number two, you never go from a rapper to an athlete. They the same people. Oh my God. They are literally the same people. It's like, if you don't want to date a person in power and uniform, it's like going from a cop to a CO. They're the same people. Like a cop, a firefighter, the same people. Like, well, cops sometimes have superiority complexes, and sometimes firefighters do too. But they're the nicer version of of that. But that's the same thing. What's wrong with y'all? Like, oh my God, I am like floored, y'all, because I can't get over the insanity of it. It's insane to me. So you left one cheater and literally did a lateral move and got with another cheater. That makes you game goofy. What is wrong with you, Cardi? You talk all this mess in your rap like you just got so much swag, and you kind of slow to me. Like, it's given, the wheels are not really turned too tight. That's what it's given. So, it's given at this point, either you're a wife or not, Cardi. A wife is a wife before she's a wife. You got wifed. So at this point, like, once you become a wife, I don't know if women know this, right? Because men are smart. Once you've been a wife, you've already set the standard for yourself as to what you are, what you're going to be, what you'll tolerate as far as dating, moving on and such. So once you've been a wife, even if you've gotten divorced or whatever, a guy hears that and be like, oh, she's not really out here to be back in the street. So if she was a wife before, she's going to probably either want to be a wife again or something serious, because wives can't go from being a wife to being, let me go back down to the streets and just be bouncing it on everybody and being with a different guy every night. And that might be a small phase in between here and here, but no woman goes from this to this and stay here. It doesn't work like that. So you set the word wife sets the standard of who you are, who you've been, who you're going to always become. You're never gonna just demote yourself back to nothingness. And when I say nothingness, I mean, again, a girlfriend has no validity. If you ever ask, have any of y'all ever asked a guy like what a girlfriend is? Like, just try it one day. Be like, yo, what is a girlfriend? Like, if he be like, you want to be my girlfriend, be like, okay, I feel like I'm liking this idea. So tell me exactly what a girlfriend is and what she does. And I can almost guarantee you he will name all the stuff wives do. Whoa, looks like you asked for a wife request, buddy. Call again when you got this ring on my finger. Because until then, I am dating, because most guys, when they want you to be their girlfriend, you take yourself off the market for them. You become exclusive for them while they're still in their mind exploring other options. Like, I mean, you're my girlfriend, that sound good and everything, but if something else comes that I like better, I might just jump teams and go over there, and then we're not girlfriend and boyfriend anymore. So now you just wasted 4, 5, 6, 8 months, 2 years, 3 years of your life for a guy that was like, yeah, I'm thinking this ain't really working out between us, and I'm out of here. And now you older, eggs older, more gray hair older, body creaking and popping when you sit down and stand up older, and he just get to go on. No, I'm not being nobody girl. What? Listen, we're dating, and then if we're dating, that means we're both dating. Until you tell me you want this to be serious, and now you're courting me for marriage, and now that gives you a year's time to marry me or not, and let me back out into the sea, bro, for a guy that's not willing to play in my face. Come on. I just feel like all these relationships, 3 years, 4 years, being together, not married, somebody playing in somebody's face. Because what are we doing? What are we doing? And usually the relationship hits a demise at that point, because you're both in a marital role, but you're not married. So you don't have the grace that married people have. And so you're fighting demons that are for married people, but y'all not even married. Like, dang, y'all don't even got God on your side. That's insane. No, thank you. I'm all set. We can date. You can stay over there and I'll stay over here. And that's what that is. And I think that dating versus married, they just have a different level of stature attached to it. Just, I know our society wants to dumb them down and make them equal, but they absolutely are not equal. They're not. We have a license for everything else we want to do in this world that's of any type of value. I got a license to do hair. And you mean to tell me I can't get a license to be married, and I'm cooking, cleaning, providing, offering my womb, doing all this stuff for you? And listen, let me not get off because this is crazy, but Cardi, you was a wife. And now I don't know what you are. You're a baby mama? Like, Cardi, what are you doing? All right. So, lastly, what I want to talk about is that Cardi needed to have done some healing, because the bottom line is this: is she got a new man, but he's the same man with a different face. If you do not heal before you get into your next relationship, you are only going to continue to attract what you've always attracted. She literally has the same man with a different face. And I don't understand how she did that to herself. It's the same situation, just without the husband title. I just want it to make sense so bad. I kept trying to look for the lifeline to give to Cardi during this thing, to say, well, maybe it's not making sense to me. Okay. Another thing, he's stupid too, because anytime a woman is out here trying to make her ex angry and jealous, she's not over him. So you out here goofy too, sir, but not as goofy, because he already got twins and other stuff on the way. You know he be over them girls' houses still. He's still over there trying to help and act like he giving money and all that stuff. So that's what he over there doing. But at day's end, she's still making music about Offset. She's still trying to grind his gears, get underneath his skin, and it's giving revenge in a sense. That's why I say that. It's giving trying to get back at him as opposed to this is what I really want to be doing and this is what I really want to love. It's giving I'm trying to get back at Offset. Oh, I want to make him jealous. So any guy, I couldn't imagine dating a guy, right? A new guy. And the whole time I'm rapping and singing and making digs and oh, you want to go to this restaurant because my ex be there sometimes. Like, that's weird. Why are you even okay with that? With her still talking about it, like talking about him in the songs, trying to one up him in the songs. It's giving still emotionally connected. You're not really done. So true. Once a wife, always a wife. I don't know how to be a girlfriend anymore. Cause who does? Okay, Vara. Cause what is that? What's a girlfriend? I don't know. I don't know. I feel you on it. So it's given like, why are you okay with her just still talking about Offset all the time? And you know, I'm healing and I'm doing this, and you know, and then he's so big and strong, and what? Like, I'm so stressed, y'all. Like, I really am. Like I said, it was all good fun and games until she decided to have a baby. All right. So next thing, she's trying to get him jealous. She's trying to do revenge. I'm going to tell you another thing about guys, right? Trying to get them mad and trying to do revenge never works. It's not a thing. It don't work. Like, I'm going to tell you why. Oh, wait, the comments going to say he's not committed, so he doesn't care. Exactly. This is true because, again, I don't know how many months apart Cardi and the girl with the twins are, but it's not that far apart. But for real life, nah, that ain't it. That song lit the song, but she's really doing it. So we can't even laugh at the song no more because then we'll be a part of the problem. Like, it's not funny because I would never teach my daughters this. Okay, so trying to make a guy jealous in a relationship, it does not work. The reason why is because one, they don't care. It degrades you. It doesn't do anything to them. So it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to incite anger or ultimate disgust. Okay. If it incites anger, you just pit two lions against one another and you could get somebody hurt, which is dumb as a woman. And it's using your powers for evil and not good. Okay. So like you meet a guy, right? I meet a guy and I'm trying to be funny and I'm posting, I'm doing all this crazy stuff and I'm just trying to get my ex jealous. That could draw him out and get us both killed. If he's that emotionally connected still, if he has that type of ego leading about him, that could get two men killed just because you want to play a game. That's number one. Or two, it's going to incite ultimate disgust. He's going to be like, good. That's why I was cheating on your whole ass anyway, because this is what you do. So now you can't even win for losing because it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't do anything, he's going to be like, he might not take accountability, but then if you do something, he's going to be like, see, this is why I did it. Like, just chill and heal and let yourself like go underground for a little while. Like, I've been divorced for a little over a year. And I've been underground, not outside wilding. Well, the summertime I was hanging out, but with my friends and stuff. But I'm not out here trying to make nobody jealous or trying to like poke a bear to show that, look, I could get better than you, or I did. Well, I wasn't dating anyway, but if I was like, oh, I could get better than you and look what I got now. Like, it's weird, actually. Like, Cardi, you could have did just like Tiana Taylor did. Like I said, there's a difference. People are comparing. They had a little meme up and it was Sierra and Russell. It was Tiana and Aaron. And it was one more couple. And I'm like, and then they had Cardi B and Stefan. Take them out. She don't belong in this category because these women went and got somebody completely different than what they had. Sierra ain't trying to make Future jealous. That girl done moved on with her life, loving on her husband, popping out mad kids, and Russell can't stay off her. Tiana Taylor is got a whole different caliber of a guy, totally different, not the same at all. Cardi, you don't belong in this picture. Your story's not the same. You don't get to, no, it just doesn't work like that. Like, so when you do things like that and try to like prove it and you twerking on bows, congratulations, you played yourself. Offset doesn't care. He's just gonna be like, oh, she's a thought, she's a whore, she out there, she's loose. That's the mother of my kids. He's gonna be disgusted. And as we can see by his post, he actually is butthurt, y'all, by the way. He is so hurt. He is so mad. Like, boy, who hurt you? Like, I get it. Sidebar, Cardi wrong, but Offset, I don't care because you was wilding. Like, now you so hurt. Get over it. I don't understand the guys that do all this cheating and all this stuff on their wife. And then finally, when she move on and get somebody, now you so upset. Like, you kind of made this bed. You kind of got to lay in it now, Offset. So off him, though, because it is what it is. We talking about Cardi right now, but I just can't believe he's so hurt about it. Like, that's crazy. And she definitely should have learned from Sierra and Tiana for real, because they ain't get the same guy. And you can tell the healing actually came first because they had to let go of the version of them that was attracted to that kind of guy. Because y'all ever notice as women that sometimes we have an attraction and it's the same attraction all the time, and we find ourselves being attracted to the same kind of dude just in a different form, and you like, this thing is exactly the same. Like, and it is only until we heal that version of ourselves where we're not even attracted to what that woman would have been attracted to. So that's where, I think we should be at, like healing ourselves enough so that we're not attracted to the same version of a man. Yeah, right. Barbara, this is Shirley. Ain't nothing funny about that. You're absolutely right. So, what was I about to say? Okay, so yeah, congratulations, Cardi. You played yourself doing that. All right. So now it's like we as women, the one thing I will say though is we gotta stop jumping so fast to rip our families apart. So if you're a woman that has been going through the same thing for years and years, like me, like I was married for 17 years. And I was going through the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. At that point, that's insanity. Somebody's not going to change. Like, something's not going to give. And at some point, somebody has to wake up and say, this is the same cycle that keeps happening over and over and over and over again. And you look up, it's 14 years later. You're like, wait, this is crazy. So that's different when you have been a wife and you have been going through the longevity of it and he's doing the same thing, or your cycles are the same over and over and over and over and over again. But at least if that happens, get you a different kind of man when that happens. Don't go through all of those cycles with however many years you were together and then finally leave and then go get the same guy. You should have just stayed with the father of your kids in the household then. If you was going to do that, just stay with that guy. I'll never forget when, so me and my ex we even in bad times, it wasn't ever really beef because I'm a communicator. I like to talk. And sometimes you got to have just good conversations. And I was like, listen, this is not working out. I'm going to have to go because nothing's changing. And do you know this man had the nerve to say, well, all men cheat, so you're gonna deal with cheating somewhere. So you basically, like, you might as well deal with it for me, since I love you and we got this kid together and I'm willing to do anything for you. And wait, what? Like, I literally started laughing. I was like, wait, are you serious? Like, so you're basically telling me that all men cheat, so I might as well deal with the cheater I know. That's what you're saying, rather than meet a new cheater. Like, you cannot make this up. But I mean, hey, the logic of it sounds kind of good, but no, because there are some guys, and I know for a fact because they're too, like, okay, case in point, my brother, he ain't about to cheat because he don't got time for that. He barely want to deal with the one woman he got because he think women are too much. You got to bend over backwards. You got to do too much. You got to give too much. He like, I barely want one of y'all. Why would I want two? Like, I have a son. He will never cheat probably. The reason why is he's too lazy to cheat. He don't got that type of time either. He don't got time to be hiding stuff in his phone and putting his phone down. He don't got that. I'll say this. He doesn't have the energy to cheat because it takes a lot of energy to cheat. You got to hide what the left hand doing from the right hand. You can't let one hand know what the other hand is doing. You got to be vague in your conversation. Yeah, I had made a couple stops today. And what you mean a couple stops? Where did you go? Why are you being vague? Like, what did you do? So it's too much to cheat. So you know what I'm saying? So get you somebody that's not gonna be the same. Like, but I swear, y'all, I could not make this up when he basically was like, what do you mean I'm in cheat? So that's what I'm saying. Like if any guy could have or any girl he wanted, he would take all those girls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, I don't. I don't know what you mean, and I don't want to know. So there's that. That's why we ain't together. I don't got that type of time to be trying to figure that out. Plus, not to mention, don't anybody know that there's a super gonorrhea out? Nobody knows that. There's literally a super gonorrhea. It's not regular gonorrhea. It's called super gonorrhea. And it's hardly treatable by medication. Like what is it called? The Cillins, the antibiotics don't really work for it. No, thank you. Because girls ain't even clean these days. Don't disgust me. Ugh. No. So anyway, back to Cardi, y'all. I just had to tell y'all that because that's crazy. But if you gonna be out here thotting and bopping and just doing whatever as the guy, don't be upset and don't be an offset when your girl decides to leave. But also, if you're going to be the girl that leaves a 10, 8, 4, 12-year relationship, don't be the girl that goes and gets the same exact guy that you got rid of the first time. That is literally insane. Cardi B needs to be in a straitjacket, if you ask me. Somebody just put her away and lock away the key until she get her mind right, because something is wrong with her. All right. So I just do truly, hope that our society stops rewarding stupid shit like this, because this is stupid. Okay. So then we got the stupid ass collective of women that are out here. The only thing that y'all could take away from Cardi's situation is, but she got money though. Oh my God. Who raised us? Who raised us? Because every post that I saw that was about Cardi was, yeah, but she got money though. She could raise. So we're basically saying now money raises kids. Not healthy, balanced, masculine, feminine dynamic, not man and woman in a household, not a mom and a dad in a healthy relationship. Then the kids get to see it, because what people don't realize is this, right? We think because we have kids and they didn't die before they was an adult, that made us a good parent. We think if we have kids and they made it to 18, it means we did a good job and they're actually a good person. And it don't mean that at all. Seeing as though we got Kia boys out here, we got young men out here shooting and killing each other over literally nothing. So having a child that didn't die before their adulthood doesn't mean you were a good parent. That's all I'm saying. A good parent is somebody that raises their child. They talk to their children. They use different things as teaching moments for their children so that they can live a healthy, productive life. Teaching your children emotional regulation, and that all things don't call for all types of emotions. Like, emotionally regulate yourself, okay? Why are we crying? Okay, this doesn't call for tears. All we need is a solution. Let's find one, right? So children need to be raised. We need boys with men in the house so that there's structure and there's order and there is discipline in the house. Because I promise you, boys will do more with their mom in the house without a dad than they will if their dad was in the house. So let me just say that, okay? So like when the dad is in the house, boys they don't rile up as much. They're not going to get in your face as much. They're not going to just disrespect you as much, because the dad going to be like, whoa, come here for a minute. Who you talking to like that? They check things before the mom does because we're normally loving and nurturing, and they be like, whoa, because they can see the behavior and what it's going to escalate to once they become a man. So this is why we need healthy parental dynamics, together or not, right? So I just truly feel like yanking the kids out the house, unless it's been years of abuse, is crazy. But I also feel like the women supporting the the movement of because she has money is crazy to me too. Because yeah, she has money, she could have a nanny, somebody to help change the diapers and things like that. But then they're being raised by the nanny. And then you got Stefan, who's out here just like Nick Cannon. Because did y'all see that Nick Cannon came out and say he's a narcissist and that he went and had all these kids and now he's realizing he needs therapy? Didn't I say it? I said it 3.5 years ago that he was a terrorist, a psychopath. He's out here doing this and he's terrorizing women. And he's doing it by planting seeds and having children. Now he came out here a narcissist and he realized and he needs some help and he need to get some psychotherapy. You don't say, Nick. You don't say. So the women saying this lets me know where we are as a state of majority of women, because the women saying, oh, well, she got money. And I'm not going to mind rich people problems. Rich people, poor people, everybody ends up having, I don't even want to say it like this, but anybody could grow up to be a psychopath. Because this is the part. We don't realize that we don't know how well we did in the raising of a human being until somebody else tries to love them, until they get themselves in a relationship. How people act in a relationship is a direct mirror of how they were brought up. And people don't take that as serious as they should. How somebody is the direct mirror of how they are in a relationship is how they grew up. Now that is grew up with a single mom, single dad, both parents, healthy household, dysfunctional household. That is where it all rears its ugly head. So just because your kid made it to 18 does not necessarily mean we did an amazing job. I still won't even know. There's sometimes, I got my son is 25 now, and he has a girlfriend. And there's certain things that I be like, when I hear her say it, like, oh, he's going to be mad at me. Oh, And listen, you still under my roof, so you still getting a little bit of raising. Come here. Because what you said to that girl in that moment at that time was not okay. I didn't raise you to be like that. And I don't know where you got that from. But he could have got it from the dysfunction in me and his stepfather's relationship, or the dysfunction. Well, he was young when me and his father parted. But or it could have came between that, or the dysfunction between his father and their wife, because he lived with them for a little while. So I don't know where it came from, but all I know is I seen it and I checked it, because whoa, you don't realize that you just planted a seed of doubt in her, and now moving forward in a couple years, when she having the same conversation again, you're gonna wonder where it came from. So no, you still in my house, you still gonna get my advice, period. Don't do it in front of me and then I won't say nothing. Or don't let her tell me and I won't say nothing. But our job as parents are never really done. We are constantly supposed to be leading and guiding and helping them to truth, helping them to be good people. Money has nothing to do with it. Back in the day, in the 1940s, 1930s, our parents barely even had money. But you know what they had? Morals and character. And we were better people back then than we are now with all the money in the world. We got babysitters and nannies and Ubers and kitty cabs and people taking your kid to school because you got to work and you can't even talk to them on the ride to school. They got buses. Back then, parents was with their kids. We was better people. I don't know. The only takeaway for women to say we got money, it shows how goofy we are as women now too. Like, this is appalling to me. The clapping and the applause that Cardi is getting right now, when really it all screams goofy to me. It all screams unhealed. It screams traumatized. It screams dangerous, actually. Because now y'all notice Stefan and Offset be going at each other online, like little digs, little back and forths. I just feel like as women, we have to know better and do better. It is not, it is not powerful, and it should not deem us powerful to be able to pit two men against one another. And then you step back, you throw your rock and run. You step back and be like, wait, let me watch them fight. Yeah, because I'm going to say this and I'm going to be funny. And then I'm going to say, stop. Will and Jada offer us money and those children. Oh my God, those children are mentally, something a little off with Will and Jada kids too. And they got money. So money doesn't do anything. So y'all, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this Cardi and Stefan situation, because I just can't wrap my head. I can't really wrap my head around how proud she is of it. When she came out of the courthouse with the stomach and everybody's like, oh, she looked pregnant. I said, oh God, please not. Lord, not today. Like, I hope that girl is not pregnant. I hope. Lord, please. I'm so glad I am not a celebrity interviewer, because it would be terrible. When I tell you, I'll be just like this. They'll be telling me a story. I'll be just like this. Crickets. Yeah, I'm pregnant by my boyfriend. Oh, and I wouldn't even be able to ask a question, because the question would be insulting. Like, and you want to be pregnant by your boyfriend while you're still married? Like, but you can't say stuff like that on national TV, because then you look like a jerk. But Gail's like, oh, congratulations. Oh my God, we have the biggest enabling society I have ever witnessed in my life. And I fear for our children. I do. I do. I'm glad I got boys, because what? And I'm glad I'm not a grandma yet. I got a 25-year-old. I am not a grandma. I got a 21-year-old. I am not a grandma. Because I talk to my sons. I'll be like, don't be out here pumping and dumping in these girls wilding. Like, that's crazy. Then you busting out kids, and you got to deal with the girl for the rest of your life, to the kid for the rest of your life, because it's the rest of your life. Like, no, this is, having a child is literally not something to play around with. Also, it's not nothing to play around with your life. Like, I'm not about to be getting pregnant by no random. I'm sorry. I had Torelius and I almost lost my life. People don't realize how bad that birth actually is. I almost died. Like, I was alone. Speaking of which, yeah, so I'm telling the story. So I was having contractions. It was the middle of the night. Now, my husband at the time knew that I was having contractions, because I started having them the morning before. And you know how contractions, you'd be like, you don't know if they're fake or real. So I was like, let me just get in the bath, because usually when you get in the bath, it'll stop them for a little bit if they're not real. Got in the bath. Now, mind you, I will give him a little bit of grace. Torelius was supposed to be born around Christmas time, and he was born November 4th. So he's actually very early, but I was small. So I'm like, okay. The next day at 5 a.m, he leaves to go out of town. I had Torelius. So that was 5 a.m. I had Torelius at 2 a.m. in the same, it was the next day, but it was the same day. I had to go to the hospital. They stopped my labor for a little while, for a couple of hours, because they said every hour counted for his lungs at that point, so that he didn't end up on an intubator. I went into labor at 1 o'clock in the morning, midnight. My water broke. I was in so much pain. But guess what? The ambulance took an hour to get there. I was going to drive myself. And I got in the car and water gushed everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Because I'm alone, by the way. And my little kids are in the house. I got like a 5-year-old and like an 8-year-old. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. And they're knocked out. So I go back in the house. I call the ambulance. The ambulance is like, oh, well, we took an hour because you could talk through the contractions. First of all, I'm good with pain. I know, bitch. Okay. Actually, but I'm good with pain. Okay. I could take it. I'm fine. I could breathe through it. I could talk. I'm like, yeah, I'm having contractions. They hurt. They're about 4 minutes apart. They took an hour to come. I got there. I was in the room by myself, laboring on the floor, just wailing and travailing, no medication, by the way, in so much pain. Finally, a nurse comes in, and because they were rude to me too. Finally, a nurse comes in and she's like, "Are you all alone?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You're laboring in this room by yourself." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to stay with you." She goes to leave the room for a second. And I'm like sitting there on the edge of the bed. I'll never forget, like kind of grunting. She comes back in. She goes, "Are you having the baby?" I'm like, No, I'm not having the baby. She lifts up my little Johnny thing and she goes, "Oh my God, the head is coming out." So she literally threw my hips over the bed, which is what dislocated my hip now, my right hip, because my legs were like this and not open. And he literally came out just on the bed. All I remember was hearing, like, it was dizzy phases, like fuzzy. Doctor saying, "Oh my God, she's bleeding out. She's bleeding out. She's bleeding out. Oh my God." That's all I heard. And then I fell asleep. Well, I knocked out. I don't know. I woke up hours later. Hours later. Didn't know where my kid was. I guess he was in the nursery. I had gotten a chance to call my sister to tell her I was having the baby, but once the hemorrhaging happened, I didn't hear from anybody. I didn't talk to anybody anymore. And did you know my husband gonna call me, talk about something? So I guess my sister had posted on Facebook and said my nephew was on his way. Once I talked to her, he gonna call me talking about something. "Don't you got something to tell me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just had the baby." And mind you, I'm just waking up now, by the way, from my coma. I had to get a blood transfusion and everything. I wake up from this coma and he's like, "Yeah, didn't you got something to tell me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just had the baby." He's like, "You didn't think to call me?" I called who could help me when I was in pain. You're a million miles away. What, I'm gonna call you when it's all said and done. Right now I need a ride to the hospital. So that's why I had called my sister originally anyway, but she was at her boyfriend's house and they didn't have a car. So she couldn't even come. So that was like, having a baby is no joke. And this is why just letting random guys just get you knocked up is insane. That's number one. And then number two, their DNA stays in there because the baby in there. So now you get a little bit crazy because you got all these different DNAs inside of you now. The more kids a woman has by different men, the more insane she is. I don't know if y'all know that. That's actually, I'm not making that up. It's not like a metaphysics fact. That's actually a scientific fact. The more children you have by different men, the more DNA you have on the inside of you of these different men. And that's why you got all these different voices, because it's them sometimes and not you. So sometimes it ain't all that worth it to be having all these children by these different men trying to be cute. Like, "Oh, I'm gonna have his baby." No, that's foolishness. So anyway, y'all, let me get off of here before I start wilding, because I'm just so disappointed. I am so let down by this, and I'm so let down by what women are saying about it. I feel like we are the minority voice now. Nothing makes sense anymore. Black is white, white is black, up is down, down is up. Like, are we the only people that see that this is a little weird? And we're applauding it. Like, "Well, she got her lick back. She got her lick back. See, this is what I mean." Like, what's that? He should have thought about it before. Y'all gotta understand, we're not the same. We can't do what they do. Like, we're different. We're a different, totally species for a reason. We can't always do what they do, and we don't always look as good trying to get our lick back. Like, we doing what we playing the game men play now. Dumb. And you're losing your femininity doing it. And you're losing your value for another man that would value you, because now he's looking at this behavior going, the good men are looking at you that are few and far between too nowadays. They looking at you going, "Yeah, I wouldn't deal with her. Yeah, I would never deal with a girl like that. I would never deal with a girl to act like that." So now you're missing out on a good man because you're so busy trying to get your lick back for the guy that you want to leave anyway. Just leave and keep it pig. I wouldn't give a damn. Listen, y'all, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm divorced now. I don't give a damn what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I don't ask around about him. I don't try to find out what he's doing. If he called about our kid, great. That's what we talk about. We'll still, shoot the breeze, chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. All right. You get on, bye. I am not out here trying to make him jealous, figure out what he's doing, figure out what girl he messing with, ruin her life too, start calling her phone, start trying to see where she at and what. I don't care. When you leave, be ready to leave, move on for real, heal for real, move on, do what you need to do, evolve, grow so that you don't attract that again. But the moment you keep trying to run that revenge and get back at him, you're still connected to that, and you're going to still attract that. All right, y'all, I love y'all. So I got to get off of here before I just keep going and get myself riled up because it's ridiculous, okay? But y'all know I love y'all. I just had to get up here and do this. It's so funny. I have so many podcasts in queue because I get random thoughts during the day. I write little notes on it. I'm like, oh, I'm going to talk about that next time. I have about 8 that I haven't done yet. It's just that this one just happened and I was in a braid shop, getting my hair done. And I was like, let me talk. I got another inbox. I was like, you haven't posted about this. And I was like, I'm not, because I'm going to chew it up. And then everybody gonna go sick on me on my post. People go sick on me now on my post. And my post be hella like, what's the word I want to say? Like hella clean. Like they're nothing like my podcast. So I'll be like, y'all can't handle this, then I'm not saying certain things online on Facebook. I just don't. But y'all ask, I will. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'm about to go watch me some show, a series or something. I would have done some schoolwork, but my laptop is dead. So not this one. I can't do schoolwork on this one, but yeah, my other one's dead. So I will talk to y'all later. I'll be back up here next Monday though, because I did say I was going to get back up here. I'll be back up here next Monday with another topic. I'll let y'all know which one is going to be, but I'm thinking I want to do the one about being careful about the men that you choose if they grew up without a father, because then he doesn't know the role of a husband or a father in your home either. And he leaves you to do all the work because he saw his mama do all the work. So yeah, I think I might do that one. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling as the week go. Well, anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining me. I saw all of y'all, Isis, Apple, Kima, Vara, Rena. Thank y'all so much. Tiff, her Aggie self. She just brought my wine to the house, though, y'all. Y'all know my car's in the shop. It's been in the shop for like 3 weeks. It's going to be in there another 3 weeks. Jesus. Lord, fix it. But he got me. It don't matter. I'll figure it out. But yeah, she just brought my wine. But Tiff up here. See you. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all ladies later. Bye.